Lads, welcome to FIFA YouTubers I'd in a fight. This is all for entertainment purposes, and I don't wish to start beef with anyone on this list.
Cap.
Allegedly. Who knows what the future holds? But we have got 25 of your favorite FIFA YouTubers. I've taken the mick a bit. I've got like KSI. I've got like Road to Shore, which, you know, they don't really do FIFA anymore, but they're good for the thumbnail. Okay, boys, should we just start? Here we go. As I was saying, right, so the tiers are, I'd batter them. If we fight 100 times, I would win 100 times. Slight favorite, ain't gonna explain that. 50-50, ain't gonna explain that. Underdog, so, you know, they would be the favorite. And then there's a bottom tier. They would beat me 100 times out of 100. 25 of your favorite FIFA YouTubers, alphabetically ranked. Without further ado, boys, should we get into it? Chat, you can help me out, by the way. Chat, you give me your unbiased opinion if they would beat me or not. We start with AnesonGib. I love this bloke. I really love this bloke. I think he's fighting very soon in like September, right? I think he's a very good man. I think he is very athletic, but it depends what AnesonGib I'm fighting. If I'm fighting AnesonGib that fights like this, if he's like that, I reckon I'd back it. But I think he's learned from his mistake. And I reckon, is he fighting like Bryce Hall or something? He's a changed man. And he will beat me. I don't think every time. I think I'd be the underdog. I back myself not to lose every time. But I do like him. I met him once. He's a good man. He used my code on U7Buy. So I like him. I think underdog's fair enough. Lads, I don't want to be too rude or too soft. Underdog's quite fine in my opinion. Next up. Andy AJ3. I don't think the dog's included. I don't think I'm fighting his dog as well. But if I had to. Andy AJ3. I'm sorry, boys. Andy, he's probably watching. I'm sorry, mate. I would batter you. I'm just keeping it a $150. I would batter him. He's like 5'4", very scrawny. I don't think he really wants to be in a boxing ring. I would batter him 11 times out of 10. I'll just keep it a $150 with you boys, okay? Oh my life. Bateson87. Now, this would actually, mate, make that a thing. Danny Aarons versus Bateson87 would do numbers. You know what? I really don't know. The thing is, that's one jab to his head. His head cracks, literally. Lads, you got to remember, Bateson's like 6'4". Let me get some evidence. I'm 6'8", right? I'm 6'8", but that's me and Bateson together, okay? He's quite a tall man. He is a very, very tall individual. So, I would say, I'm a slight favourite. Because right, I don't want to be offensive. All I got to do to beat Bateson. That's all I got to do. Bateson will do that once and he'll be tired. I'm sorry. I know it's rude. How am I not the slight favourite? What? Bro, with the utmost respect, Bateson throws one punch and he's out of stamina. Let's not take the piss here. I promise you right now, I could run a marathon if you told me to.
Stop the cap.
It's not about power. It's about speed. And I would absolutely decimate Bateson87 in a boxing fight. Next up, boys, Bazinga. That would be a good fight, but I do love him. But if the money's there, I would fight my mum. I'll keep it a $150, right? So I do love Bazinga, but if it's a good payday, I would batter him. You know what I mean? I've got to give him the respect. He goes in the gym. He is a gym lad. I don't think I'd lose every time, though, would I? I don't think I'd lose every time. You know what? I think it's a 50-50. I genuinely believe that. I feel like many people are going to say underdog or even I'd lose. I genuinely believe it's a 50-50. I think if we fight 10 times, he would win 5, I would win 5. Why is everyone saying I'd lose? I think that's fair enough. Obviously, he's obviously very disciplined, blah, 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 blah. He's probably, you know, he would show up in shape. Bazinga, if you're watching, mate, if you want to scrap, but in like a friendly way, like I don't want to just punch you and call you a I mean, like in a friendly way, mate, let me know, okay? Castro 10-21. I don't see it, boys. I'll be dead honest. It's another man. I'm sorry, boy. It's another man I like. I'll be honest. I think so, mate. I'll be honest. I think so. But I don't put that there for, like, in happy. I'm not happy about that. But I think I would. Castro, if you're watching, I genuinely do not want to batter you. I really like you. But if we're speaking about hypothetics here, if we were in a boxing ring, I think I would batter him. I'm just keeping it straight with you. He's like 5'4", I think. The reach alone. Lads, Castro's the mic. Castro's the mic, yeah? Look how long I could literally... Look how... Boys, I'm based in Antarctica. I'm so far away from the mic. And I can touch it. I'll be honest, lads, come on. I would batter him. I would batter him. I'm sorry. Look, lads, genuinely. My arms go down nearly to my kneecaps.
You're hard.
I would batter him. Sorry. I love the bloke. He makes great content, but he would get demolished. Chris M. D. Deji. No, sorry. It's just the height. I'll be dead honest. It's just the height. I'm being like a bum lick, but it's another man I like. I think even he would say, like, I think, you know, I don't think he'd back himself, to be dead honest. I love it. I would not want to batter him. Deji, boys. You know what? I'd give him the free win. I would give Deji the free win because I feel bad. I'd punch myself until I lose, to be honest. Deji, yeah, sure, mate. You earned it, all right? This is FG. Now, that would actually be a good fight. I mean, we're lads, we are boys, though. Me and FG, we could not. I've just achieved my longest move streak, by the way, for doing that. FG, we are good friends. We are very, very good friends. And good friends have to be honest. I would be the slight favorite against This Is FG. I would be the slight favorite minimum. I would not batter him every time, but I would, lads, I would win. I'd say I'd win 8 out of 10 times against Fruz. I'll be honest. Hey, boys, Harry Hesketh. And I'll tell you, if it's anything like his upload schedule, he would throw about 500 punches in the first round, and for the next 11 rounds, he wouldn't throw a punch. Boys, I'll be dead honest. I'd batter him. And I genuinely mean I would batter him. I genuinely mean that. What is he bringing to the table? Look. Lads, I'm not being funny. What is he going to do? What is he going to do?
You'll do f***ing nothing.
100 out of 100 times I'd win. Sorry. KSI. It depends what version of KSI. If it's Windmill Merchant, if it's that KSI, I'd batter him. But, I mean, lads, I'm going to upload this on the day KSI's fighting. I'm going to that, by the way. Should be a video on the channel, on the main channel tomorrow of me vlogging that. I'll be honest, boys. I'd probably just lose every time, innit? Let's not take the piss here. I'm now going to put Deji in 50-50, by the way. I would just lose every time. I want it, lads. I need to see him live on Saturday. If he fights well, then I'd lose every time. If he still comes out like that, boys, if he's still fighting like that, I would say I'd be the underdog. But fair enough. He would batter me. Fair play. Fair play. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Goldbridge. That is a fight that people would love to see. I don't know much about Mark's physique, you know. Like, this would be an interesting conversation to have. Mark Goldbridge versus Danny Aarons in a boxing match. What happens? I think I'd be the slight favourite. To be like, oh, he did, lads. He used to be a police officer. He did used to be a police officer. So he's probably a bit hard. I would still think I'm the slight favourite, genuinely. You got to back yourself, boys. You've got to back yourself. I think I would be a slight favourite. Hey, boys, MattHDGamer. Again, I don't think he's striking that much fear into me. Is he real? Lads, MattHDGamer does not intimidate me. But I don't think he's going for that. I don't think MattHDGamer is going for that technique, you know. To be completely respectful, I would batter him. But in a loving way. Like, there's respect between the two fighters. Like, I would knock him out, but, you know, not follow up. Like, say it's MMA, yeah? I would knock him out, but I wouldn't go for the ground and pound because I know I've done already. That's a great point. He'd be too tired to fight me. He'd be on like 2 hours sleep to the boxing fight. I'm going to say I'd batter him. Sorry. I'm battering a lot of people, by the way. Hey, lads, I've always said it's on my bucket list to fight in a YouTube boxing match. Any of these YouTubers that I said I could beat, where you at? Or even the ones I've said I'll lose to. Maybe I won't. Lads, next YouTuber, Danny Aarons. All I'm going to say is, won't be the first time I beat myself. I don't know what to... I suppose it'll be a 50-50, right? I'll win and lose. So I think it will be a 50-50. I don't know why I'm in there. Simon Minter. Now, again, that would be a good matchup. I'll be honest, the physique isn't incredible from him, but he's long. You know what? I'll tell you what. Miniminter, can I tell you who he reminds me of? And if you watch MMA, you'll get it. I don't know how to explain it apart from that. Simon Miniminter is Nate Diaz. There's no other way I can explain that. We're like, basically, would I win in a fight of Nate Diaz? I believe... What do I believe? I don't know, mate. I watched a video of him doing VR boxing. Do you reckon I can analyse that? We've got a bit of, lads, we've got a bit of footage. We've got a bit of, you know, post-fight footage. He's not that. He's not like that, right? This was 4 years ago. Didn't ask. Okay. Nepenthez! Nepenthez! Again, phenomenal fight. He is about 40, though. I said this the other day, boys. Me versus Nepenthez would be like Simple Simon versus Ed Matthews. We know how that ended. But I think Nepenthez would be the favourite. I actually think Nepenthez would be the favourite. I can't lie. So, you know what? I would be the underdog. Nepenthez has got strength, you know. He's actually got biceps, I think. Nepenthez actually has got biceps. So I'll be unbiased there. I would be the underdog against Nepenthez, all right? Next up on the list is Mr. Face. Now, boys, that would sell, mate. Imagine Danny Aaron's versus Pieface. That would be bigger than KSI Jake Paul. And you can cry about it. Hey, we've both lost a lot of weight. He's lost a lot more. Would he win in a fight against me is the question. I believe that would be a 50-50. But, you know, lads, you could do any. I could be the slight favourite. It could be a 50-50. I could be the slight underdog. It could generally be anything. I think the safest thing is to do a 50-50. There's a height difference. There's no height, lads. There's no height advantage at all. As you see, lads. As you see, we're pretty much the same height. There's not really in it. We're pretty much the same height. There's not really much in it. I would say it's a 50-50. The chat seemed to believe I would be the underdog. I think 50-50, to be dead honest. Oh, is there any point? Reev. I'd lose. I don't know, actually. Reev's got good muscles, but have you ever heard the quote, boxing is not about looks. It's not a bodybuilding competition. It's a fighting competition. So yes, Reev looks a lot better than me, but I wouldn't lose every time. Oh, bloody... No, I would. I would lose every time. Lads, I'd lose every time. Do you know what I mean? Run the foot market. Run the foot market. Lads, it's got to be... I've got to be a slight favourite, surely. I think I've got to be a slight favourite, no? No? He's American. He'll shoot you. Right. Yeah, boys, I'll be dead honest. How tall is he? Does anybody know how tall RunTheFutMarket is? Which means no way. How is there no chance I would win? He's not 6'3". He is not 6'3". RunTheFutMarket is not 6'3". People are saying he's 6'3". So I'm going to change that to 50-50. It's fine. Wait, Rami's actually DM'd me a clip. He does not look tall. He looks about 5 foot. I'd say 50-50, but I would have him. He looks about 5'6". ShorterGames. I don't know why it went straight to the first bit there. That's toxic. I mean, you know, equal rights and that. I don't know why she's in the list. I think, you know, just for equality and stuff. I feel like I've got to do that, have I? Have I got to say I'd lose or what? No, but that's being a simp, bro. No, I wouldn't beat a woman up. I wouldn't. Hypothetically, would I win, though? Lads, just to be on the safe side, I'll put it on 50-50 so I don't get cancelled. Ladies and gentlemen, I show speed. And to be fair, he's actually... I seen him on... he's done a FaceTime with KSI. He's actually got a bit of a six-pack, you know. Speed's got a bit of a six-pack. I don't think I'd lose every time. I'll be honest, boys. He would beat me. I'd let him beat me. I wouldn't lose every time. I'd be the underdog just because he's massive, right? But I don't think he'd beat me every single time. I feel like his technique would be really, really bad, but he's got a bit of muscle. So I'd say I'm the underdog. Spencer! To be fair, hey, it depends, lads. Am I fighting Spencer or am I fighting the FIFA player? That all depends. I think Spencer has me. I think Spencer would have me in a bare knuckle. I would say I'm the... He wouldn't beat me every time, But I would absolutely be the underdog, like best case scenario. No chance. I think if we fight 10 times, I would win twice, maybe. I believe he would humble me. 2 sync. Is that fair? It's a 2-on-1 handicap. To be fair, it could be a KSI thing, lads. 2 fights in 1 night. 2 fights in 1 night. I'll be honest, boys. I just would. I think, you know, they're both very, very kind, good people. But I don't think they're boxers. And I am. Lads, I am a... Lads, tell me, right, if you see this in a boxing ring, right, I would batter anyone, especially them. I'll be honest, I would batter both of them. I'm sorry. I don't like to be harsh. I like to be realistic, all right? I like to be realistic. I would smack him. Sorry. Hey, 2 sidemen are up next. Harry Rotashaw. Lads, Rotashaw seems to me like the quiet kid, yeah? Rotashaw's the quiet kid in school, yeah? If you piss him off, he will humble you. Do you know what I mean? There was a quiet kid in school once, lads, that I pissed off too much. He swung at me in the PE changing rooms. Rotashaw gives me that vibes. And I'll be dead honest, I wouldn't lose every time, but there is no way it's a 50-50 at all. If he went gym, he would be so wham. I know it's like if my nan had will, she'd be in a bike. But he is like, I swear he's naturally quite strong already. All I'm going to say is I do not want to get on this man's angry side. He would, if I got on the bad side of him, I would actually be quite scared. So I'm going to, he's an underdog. I'm an underdog. I'm an underdog. He's like the quiet kid. Zerkaa. Now that's a tricky one. That is a tricky one. Because I don't have much to base it off. Again, who am I fighting? Zerkaa or Tommy T? If I'm fighting Tommy T, I'd lose every time. But Zerkaa HD, what would happen? He's quite tall. I've met him before and he's quite like, I don't know what the word, like he's quite intimidating, but not in like a, you know, few ways. You know what I mean? You feel his presence. You know what I mean? When they're around, when you're around him, you feel his presence. I think a 50-50, I reckon. I believe it would be a 50-50. I don't think would I be the underdog? I would not be the slight favourite, but would I be the underdog? I think a 50-50 is fair. I think that's not too outrageous to say. The final person is Mr. Zwayback HD. It's another man I love. I don't know how tall he is. He seems like he's quite tall, actually. I would say I'd probably be the slight favourite. They would batter me. Really? I've gassed up my abilities too much. I think I would be the slight... He's 6'3". I think I'd be the slight favourite, to be dead honest. Hey, boys, rate the tier list. Any of these FIFA YouTubers watching, if you want to go in a ring and prove if you're better than me, let me know. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. Catch you all again very, very soon. Peace. I wanna keep